everybody. I'm Verna Mullen from StampinNotes, and I'm coming to you live tonight. It is Monday, January 9th, 2023, and I have some really sweet birthday cards to share with you tonight with the beautiful new Share a Milkshake bundle. And it's a great time of year to get your birthday card stash ready. And the next few weeks, I'm going to do a series of just birthday cards. And so welcome here tonight. It's also a great time to join Stampin' Up! If you're not familiar with Stampin' Up! And our celebration time, they always usually have a great deal for buying the starter kit. And this month, until the end of February, this month and until the end of February, you can get $175 worth of Stampin' Up! Products for only $129, plus a beautiful mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And it is in boho blue. That's a new color that's coming out next year. Isn't that beautiful? Or you can get the same machine in white. I have the little white one, and I'm going to be using it tonight to show you how to die cut with it. It's really cool. It folds up here. So the same deal, $175 worth of product for only $129, and the little Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is a $63 value. The third option is if you don't want either of the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines, you can get $175 worth of product for only $99. That's without the machine. Hi, Margaret. Thanks for sharing. And if you comment and share tonight, like Margaret did, you can be put into a drawing for some gems for free little gem that you will get in the mail. And last week's winner was Lindsay Fingler. And thank you, Lindsay, for participating. So you got to message me your address, Lynn. And this is the host code to use. If you want to get the kits for these cards tonight, you just have to place an order of $35 or more in my online store using this host code right here at checkout. There's a place at checkout to use the host code. I will send you the kits to make 2 of each of these. And if your order is $50 or more, I will send you a pack of the Pastel Adhesive Backed gems that I'm going to be using tonight for free if your order is $50 or more. So welcome. Hi, Chris and Mom and Margaret, and welcome, ladies. Also, if you're interested in Sweet Notes Card Club for January, that registration ends in a few days, and that's for the Country Bouquet bundle. And these are the cards that will come in that club kit for you to make. And you will have the option of buying the bundle or the stamp set. You also get everything you need to make 8 cards, about $23 worth of supplies. And this month it is the blue and white variegated ribbon, a half a pack of the Country Floral Lane Designer Series paper, and adhesive backed gems. So a PDF tutorial and a video tutorial and priority shipping. And it's $39. So if you're interested in that, message me or email me and let me know, and I will put you down and get that mailed out to you around the 22nd or 23rd. Okay, let's get started. So this is the stamp set that we're using tonight. It is Share a Milkshake. And sorry about the glare. That doesn't look too bad that way. Has really cute sentiments. Life is sweeter with you. You're the cherry on top. Be my Valentine and celebrate. So we're going to use this for birthday cards. You could use it for Valentine's Day, and it has these really cool dies with it. I'll show you the dies. It's got this, looks like a waffle here, and there's ice cream topping, a spoon. This is for the straw. This is for the milkshake scoop on top, and this die cuts a little slit in the ice cream scoop so you can stick the straw in. There's a dish, and this is for your milkshake glass. There's some hearts here, and then there's like the little fudge toppings and a cherry. So really cute dies in this. And let's go ahead and start with the first card. And I'm going to go ahead and say the measurements, but if you want the PDF tutorial with all the measurements and everything, if you're on my team, it's free to you. If not, you can purchase it for $15 or it will come with the kits if you get the kits for this week. So we're going to start with a piece of thick basic white cardstock. It's 8.5 by 5.5. And you can either score it at 4 1/4 or fold it in half. And then we're going to burnish it with a bone folder to break down those fibers so it will sit nice. And then I am using the Dandy Delight Designer Series paper from the Celebration catalog. Really pretty pastel colors. And this is a free item with a $100 order. And these are the papers I'm using tonight in this. So let us get started. So we've got our cardstock. Whoops, I just dropped the tutorial with the measurements and I want to grab that. Hope everybody's having a good Monday or has had a good Monday. It's just been so beautiful, the weather. All right. So I have 3 pieces of designer series paper. And they're 2 different widths. This one is for the inside of the card. We don't want that now. All right. So, I'm using the front and back of this sheet of paper. This larger one is going to go in the middle here. And this is one, let me make sure I have this right. 1 by 1.5. And these are 1 by 1 1/4. And I'm just going to switch them over like this. Okay. Lay them about where I want them. And I'm gonna bring in my adhesive. And I'm gonna put the middle one down first. Also, I am having Stampin' in the Valley here in my studio Saturday. It's from 1 to 4. We'll make 6 cards, 2 each of 3 different designs. And we always have a good time. So if you're interested in that, it's free with a $25 purchase, or it is $20. Whoops, I gotta bring that down a little bit. Just a tad. And it's crooked. This is why I like to use the multi-purpose liquid glue, because you can move it around. And I've been trying to use up my seal. Okay, did anybody get outside today? Margaret, are you still walking? I did not get outside today, but I would have liked to have gotten outside. All right, let's see if this looks better. Okay, so I'm going to use my liquid glue for the other 2. All right, and I know it makes me want to get out and do even some yard work with it so nice out. Okay, so this is going to go on this side of it, just like that. And then the other one is going to go on the other side. This is Stampin' Up's glue. I like to use that particular glue bottle. Okay, so my middle piece needs to be moved over a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and do this as is because of time and because this isn't going to show a whole lot. All right. So I have a die cut that is from the Scallop Contours dies, and it is this shape right here. And we're going to put this on here like, I'm going to go like this with it. And I'm going to go ahead and layer it on there. Yeah, I really do not like that. That looks really bad. Okay, let it go, Verna. Oh, oh, may you have better luck with it. Okay, so I'm kind of putting this corner here, and this corner is going to go down like that on there. All right. I'll bring up wood. Yep, that's a lot of work. Hey, Rosalie. Nice to see you on there. I'm going to move this out of the way so you guys can see better. All right, now, let's make our little milkshake here. So we've got a piece of smoky slate, and this is for to stamp our milkshake glass on. And this is the stamp. Now, in this set, there's two stamps you can, if you want to stamp a glass a certain color, there's this one, and then there's this, which adds it, gives it a little bit of a frosty look. It's kind of cool. All right, and I'm using smoky slate, and I'm just gonna ink that up. Now I want it really, I don't want it very dark. So I'm gonna stamp off first. You see how dark that is? I want mine a little less, I want it more subtle. All right, so that's pretty shaded. And then we're gonna go ahead and stamp our, I have one of our ice cream mounds done, and I'm going to do the other one. So you can see how that little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine works. And we'll run them through, both of them through at the same time. And where is my large scoop of ice cream? There it is. I'm using fresh freesia. I'm going to close up the smoky slate before I wear it. Oh, that's gorgeous, great. Fresh freesia is right here. All right. And these are the photopolymer stamps. They're nice because you can see through them. They tend to be easier to, if you want to re-ink an image. Sometimes you can lay it over it without even using the Stamparatus to see and to die cut it. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to bring in the mini machine. And this is free right now until the end of February. It comes in this color or a beautiful blue called boho blue. If you rejoin or if you join as a demo, it's a great deal. It comes with 4 plates. These are for the embossing. And then these are for our dies. So I'm going to put that one. Oh, maybe we'll run them through one at a time. That one there. I'm going to die cut this little glass. And I'm going to grab a piece of a Post-it note just to hold it in place, or Post-it tape. And you can get this on Amazon. Right. And put this plate, oh, I forgot the base plate. And the base plate tells you everything you need. If you're die cutting or embossing, it tells you what plates you need. And all the plates are numbered. All right. And now we're going to die cut the little scoop of ice cream. We'll get our little scoop image here. That goes right over that. And you can reuse this Post-it tape too if you want to. That lasts quite a while. And then in the catalog, there's a little image of the mini machine for the stamp sets that use the mini. And this is one of those stamp sets. All the dies are small enough to fit through that. I think it's like 3¼ inches wide. Okay, so the rest of everything for the die cuts for tonight, I've already die cut. I just wanted to show you if you've never seen the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. That's how it is used. Sorry about that. All right, so let's make our milkshake. And we're going to bring our card back in here. We're going to start, oh, I need to stamp the straw. I forgot to do that. So I'm going to bring that right there. I'm going to grab the straw out of, now you can stamp either a solid image or stripes. So I'm going to do the stripes in Coastal Cabana. And I've got my little straw on there. Grabbing my Coastal Cabana. Okay. And we will stamp that right on that. And then you can either die cut it or futzy cut it. I'm going to go ahead and just cut it quickly with my snips. This is really cool. There's a little die cut in the scoop of ice cream, and you can stick your little straw right in there. It's really, really cute. Cute and easy. Okay, so there's our straw. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick this straw in, and that little die cut is right there. Okay, I'm going to stick that in there like that, and I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on this edge here. Put the ice cream on there, and then I'm going to take my other scoop. If I can find it, and oh, here it is. We're going to layer this behind here. I'm just going to layer it kind of sideways like that. It's so adorable. It reminds me of the 5 and 10 store when I was little in Hornell, the old soda fountain. And we have one of our little cherries. And I'm just going to stick the cherry behind here. And this is polished pink cardstock. Just going to stick it back there like that. You could stick it there if you wanted to. All right, so we have our milkshake built. Let's bring our card front back in. I'm going to go ahead and put that on there with dimensionals. I know those old soda fountains and the old glass dishes, Woolworths. Harvey and Carey was the one in Hornell that I'm thinking of in Woolworths. Those were the good old days. Time flies, doesn't it? Okay, so now this goes on. We're going to put this on right here like this. And then we need a little piece for our sentiment, and this is die cut with the stylish shapes dies circle. And it is the third largest circle, right? We're going to stamp on there. Here, the cherry on top. And I'm using basic gray. I'm going to stamp off once. And here's a piece of scrap. So you're the cherry on top. And that's this right here. And I really love the font in this set. I'm going to stamp it off so it's not as dark. Oh, that's too light. Let's see if I can match it up. Maybe I'll just go full strength. I had to die cut another one just in case. Okay, so let's do full strength. And really with photopolymer stamps, you get a better image. Yeah, that's good. If you're stamping on a cushion. I usually bring over my little mat, and I didn't bring that over tonight. All right, and then we're going to pop this on with dimensionals. Thanks, Mom. Oh, you used to go with your mom to Woolworths, Margaret? I used to go with my mom there too. Loved looking at all the fish. Okay, you're the cherry on top. And we need one more cherry. And we're going to put this little dab of ink on there. We're going to put this one right there. And we're going to add our gems. Let's do our inside piece first. And I just have a piece of, I think this is 3/4 of an inch wide. 5 1/4 by 3/4 of an inch wide. I'm going to go ahead and adhere onto this piece of basic white that is 5 1/4 by 4. And this is going to go on the inside. I'm not going to stamp it yet, my sentiment yet. And we'll put it right inside our card. Just like that. All right, and we need some sprinkles on there for sure. And let's use the Take Your Pick tool. I think I'll use the blue on this one. I used pink on the other one. But let's go with blue here. We'll put one right there. One there. Right there, and then we need one more, so we have an odd number on there. And maybe right there. All right, so you're the cherry on top. And there's those cards. Let's do the next card. The next card, we're going to feature some little sundaes. And we're going to start with a piece of petal paint cardstock that's 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. Scored at 4 1/4 or folded in half, whichever way you prefer to do it. Thanks, Rosalie. I know, ice cream. It does make you think of ice cream. All right, I have a piece of that Dandy Designer Series paper. And this is 5 1/4 by 4. And we're going to adhere it on our card base. And this is a free stack of paper with a $100 order. It's a huge stack. It's 48 pages. It's really pretty paper. All right, and then I have a piece of designer series paper, and this is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. We're gonna mount it on a piece of basic white that's 4 3/8 by 3 3/8. Anybody else have this set? I really honestly wasn't going to get it. And then I started seeing all these adorable cards, and I thought, well, for teenage granddaughters, it would be a nice stamp set to have. So, all right, so we're going to put a piece of the beautiful burlap ribbon. And this comes in I think this is in the Country Bouquet bundle. It comes with a spool of this and a spool of real red. It's really nice ribbon. I love the stitching on it. I'm going to put a piece all the way around it. Well, that wasn't a very good cut. And I'm just going to run some of this down the middle here to help hold it. And I want like that. I'm going to come around to this side. I'm going to turn it because it's for some reason my bows come out better if I do them upside down. But isn't that stitching pretty? Pretty. Okay, so I want that about there. Well, on the edge. Let's slide it down a little bit. Hey, Lindsay. Lindsay, you won the gems from last week. So text me your address again and I will send them to you in the mail. Little goodie. Is it nice and warm down in Florida? It's pretty warm here actually right now. Come on. All right. So there's a Z-bow. Let me pull that a little tighter. We don't want it quite that big. Okay. All right. And so this is going to go on here like this. And I'm just gonna add my glue. And again, if you want these kits for free for these cards tonight, you just need to place a $35 order in my online store by next Monday at midnight. And I will send you kits to make 2 of each of these. If your order's $50 or more, I'll send you a pack of the gems that we're using, the adhesive backed pastel gems. Okay, we've got another large circle cut with the Stylish Shapes dies, and I'm going to stamp Celebrate on here. This is from the Share Milkshake Stamp Set. Well, I just dumped the other card kit on the floor. Okay, here's Celebrate, and we're going to use Soft Suede. Now this way. Okay, I'm gonna put it at the very top because we have to build our ice cream sundaes on there. Chris, I see you were making monster cookies. Thanks, Mom. Monster cookies, do they have M&Ms and raisins? I'm trying to think, or is there just what is in your monster cookies? I'm just curious. Years ago, I used to have a recipe for monster cookies, and I haven't made them in forever, but Chris made them with her granddaughters this week, and she posted it. It was cute to see. All right, so here's all our little pieces for our sundae. Okay. And I've got this is crumb cake, this is petal pink. Let's build a sundae here. And I'm just going to put this edge right underneath the top of the dish. Now you can, I'll show you the stamp for the dish. There's a stamp for the dish if you want to stamp it a certain color. And this makes a little decoration on it, like a coffee cup. Well, it's not a coffee cup, but I used it at first, but it was too busy for this. I made them plain after that. It was just too busy with the pattern paper and everything else. And this is our fudge topping that goes on there just like that. And we're going to go ahead and glue this little sundae right on here. We need to move it up a little bit. Okay. And we need a cherry, and this is with sweet sorbet cardstock, die cut out of that. Let's put him right on the front, right on the top there, like that. Okay, we're going to build the second sundae and then layer it on top of that sundae with dimensionals. Okay, we'll put it on there like that. Then our fudge. Oh, butter, egg, sugar, brown sugar, peanut butter, oatmeal, M&M's. Ooh, yum. Sounds delicious. We have a favorite chocolate chip peanut butter recipe. And this one's going to go behind. Just put a little dab of glue right there. Put it right behind here so it's sticking up from the back. And let's add a couple dimensionals on that. Or elevators, as Jeannie Andrews calls them. Oh. Okay, we've got our dimensionals on there. We've got our celebrate. Let's put our, oops, this is going to stick up too far. Let's put that down a little. There's our celebrate. And then I am just going to glue this on here because for mailing, it just makes it less bulky. But you could use dimensionals on the circle. And you could turn it this way. I'm going to put it straight. Hold it down a minute so that glue adheres to that. And let's add a little wink of Stella to our topping, our fudge topping. Oops, I got something on there. So Wink of Stella is a glitter brush. And we're just going to add a little bit on our fudge here. Oh, let's do the cherry too. Why not? All right. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Probably not, but there's glitter on there. And let's do our inside piece. We have a piece that's 5¼ by 4 of basic white. And I have a piece of designer series paper. It's 5¼ by 3/4, I think. I'll add it across the bottom just to decorate it up a little bit. Does that look even? I think so. I'm going to trim this little edge off here. We'll add it to our inside and then we'll just add our sequins. All right, so there's our inside. Let's grab some of those gold sequins and put on the front. And I'm using the Take Your Pick tool. It has a putty end and it makes it really nice to just pick up the sequins that way. And I've got a little, let's see if one there would look funny. No, because I've got a little ink or something there. That's not bad. And we'll add one more. Let's put another one down here. So there's card number 2. I really love this ribbon. Oh, thank you, Katie. Toss salad. Oh, yes, toss salad is not cutting it. All right, you guys, I got to pick up the card kit that I dumped on the floor for our next card. Our next card, we're going to have ice cream cones. And you know what? I don't think I brought the cone die over here. Maybe I did. No, I didn't. All right, so here's our kit for this one, and we're going to start with Gorgeous Scrape. And it's this card right here. I'm going to make the cones a little bigger, the scoops, because they look a little like too short to me down in there. All right. So this is 4¼ by 11. Let me see if I can find that other die because I want to show it to you. Where did it go? I'm not seeing it. Okay, so there's a big wide die that cuts out the cone. I'll show you. I've got it die cut, so I'll show it to you that way. 4¼ by 11. We're going to fold it in half or score it at 5½, and then burnish it down. Excuse me. All right. I have a piece of basic white cardstock that's 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And I'm going to layer that on the top. I've got to figure out. I had the kit in my hand, and what did I do with it? Well, as one of the other demonstrators online says, take a sip of your tea or your water, whatever you're drinking. Good grief, here it is, under my directions. Okay, so this is our 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 basic white cardstock. And we're going to layer this on the front of our card base. Center it. And it looks like I need to refold that. Pull this over just a tad. Okay. And then I have two pieces of designer series paper. And one is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay, this is a really pretty lavender. It has like a stripes on one side. Yeah, I like the color too, Lynn. And then a plaid on this side. So, this is 3 1/4 by 3 3/4, this piece, and it's gonna go like this. And then the other longer piece is, look here, 2 1/4 by 4 1/2. All right. But we're gonna put a piece of Highland Heather underneath that first on here. And this is 5 by 3 3/4. I'll say the measurements again. And if you want the PDF tutorial, you can purchase it, or it will come with the kits if you get the kits. Okay, so we're gonna center that on the front like that. And now we're gonna take these two, and I'm gonna center this one. This is 2 1/4 by 4 1/2. This is 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. And I'm gonna put this one on top of the 3 1/4 by 3 3/4 and center it. Like that. All right. I'm going to take some more of that beautiful burlap ribbon. And I'm going to make some tails with it. Okay, and I'm looking for it. I need like an assistant here to keep things. Oh, here it is. Keep things on track and say it's right here. All right, so I'm just going to do the tails, and you guys have seen me do this before. I'm not going to tie a bow all the way around. I'm going to take, I want my tails on the left here. So on the left side of that ribbon, I'm going to tie a knot. Kind of loose, not real super tight. Because I want to be able to, and you can put this around anything around. If it's something skinnier, your tails, your loop is going to be smaller that you're cutting your tails from. You'll see what I mean. Okay, so I've got this tied around that. I'm going to slide it off here. All right. I'm gonna take my scissors. I'm gonna cut this loop. This is gonna be the tails. Okay. I'm gonna pull that tight, and I'm gonna pull this tight. All right. And this is the way I want it to go on this. I want it to be all the way over to the end here. And I am just gonna lay it where I want it, like that. I'm gonna wrap this around, and I'm gonna use old-fashioned Scotch tape and hold that down. Or you could put adhesive on it to hold it in place. And then I want to bring this one right here around. Let's make sure it's even. Right, so I'm going to tape that right there. Okay, so that looks okay. And now we're going to adhere this onto our card base. If you want to, you could cut off this tail here, but I'm going to leave it. Okay. Lindsay, you volunteer. Okay, so this is gonna go centered right like that. This needs to come over just a little bit. Okay, so I've got this a little loose here. It's not gonna show because I'm gonna have something over that. So I am just gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tape that down. We are, and no one will know. Just put a little piece of tape there. All right. It doesn't look good now, but we're gonna cover that. All right. Now, to build our ice cream cones. Build our ice cream cones. So we have, this is the die cut for the cone. I don't know if you, can you see the waffle cone marking right there on that? Can you see that there? So, and there's even places to show you where to fold this to make your cone. And you'll see that this one comes over farther, the left side. So you want to fold the right side in first. And then that makes your little waffle cone. Isn't that cute? So I'm going to take a sponge dauber. I'm going to sponge a little bit of an edge around that so it shows up better. And I'm going to go to the front here and I'm just putting, and I'm using soft suede. Just a little bit. This won't show because it's the back. And let's see, this is the edge it's going to come over, so I'm going to put a little bit on there. That's going to come over like that. And I'm going to start with my bottom. I'm going to put the bottom ice cream scoop in, and this is polished pink. Okay, I'm going to want that down further. And then I'm going to put another scoop on top that's just vanilla. We'll have a strawberry vanilla cone. Let's see. I'm going to put a little bit lopsided, kind of like that. And then actually I can close this up. And you know what? I need to put this under this, maybe. This would look better. Let's try this. See if I can do it without ripping it. I don't know. I gotta get my take your pick tool. Making a mess. All right, I'm making too much of a mess that way. I'm going to leave this with one scoop and put the fudge topping on the top. We'll try to do 2 scoops on the other one. Live and learn, huh? It's all thumbs here. All right, so there's our one ice cream cone. Now we'll do the sponge daubing around this one. I'm going to fold this side in and then fold that side in. And I'm just going to take the dauber and just go around the edge like this. with a soft suede. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue right here. Hold that down a minute. All right, let's make this one a 2-scooper. So let's see if we put this behind it. Yeah, I liked that ribbon with the lavender, Mom. I don't know, you guys. I'm not doing too good here. Okay, how about that? Let's do that. And then see when we stick it in our comb what it looks like. Whoops. Okay, now let's put it in the cone. And then we'll add our fudge on the top. Which I dropped on the floor. Okay. Yeah, that makes it a little higher, but I think I'm going to put this one up high and this one down a little lower here. Okay, but first, we're going to use these circles. This is the largest stylish shapes die circle, and it's die cut craft paper. And then I'm adding gorgeous scrape on top of that, centering it like this. Okay, and we'll put our ice cream waffle cone right here. And our other waffle cone we will pop up with dimensionals. I'm going to close this up before I get it in my fingers in it. All right, so dimensionals on the back of this one. Yeah, you could do like a peanut butter topping, not just chocolate. You could do like chocolate ice cream with a peanut butter topping. Oh, yum. All right, so I don't know. This cone just looks wonky to me. Let me move this over. Over and down a little. Okay. Glue. Glue on the back here. And we're going to put this right here like this. Center that on there. And I'm just going to hold it down a minute for that to grab the fiber from the paper. Yeah, wonky cones are yummy too. That's true. All right, so I'm grabbing the Country Bouquet punch and we're gonna punch out some hearts to go on the front. We're gonna do the big heart and the little heart and basic white. Little heart and big heart. I'm gonna stamp birthday wishes, and this is from the Nested Friends stamp set. I can't wait to make birthday cards with this. Birthday wishes. And we're going to stamp that on this heart here in gorgeous scrape. And I'm just looking. Okay, so this actually is Highland Heather. I thought my gorgeous scrape was right here. Oh, there it is. I got it. Okay. Okay, so this says birthday wishes. We'll stamp it right on there like that. Now I'm going to put it on here like this. I'm going to put a dimensional on this side of it underneath because this is this end will be popped up. So I want it on this side. And then glue here. So that says birthday wishes. Then I have this little heart here. I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap paper and I'm just going to stamp a couple of the little hearts from the stamp set on it. And again, this is oops, gorgeous scrape. And I just want one of those or one and part of another one on that. Okay, and this is going to go right here. And we'll use a dimensional. It will fit on here. And this one is going to go this way. Okay. And then we just need to add our gems. And we'll go with the pink. Or we could do gold. I think I'll go with the pink. I'll do one up here. Let's see, we'll put one there. And one right there. So it says birthday wishes and our inside piece. I have a piece of designer series paper that's 5 1/4 by 4. And the basic white is 5 by 3 3/4. And we are going to center it on that. Like that. And this will go on the inside of our card. If you didn't want to use a designer series paper, you could just use fresh freesia cardstock. And then it'd be pretty if the envelope was the same. On the flap, you could put that designer series paper. Okay, so we've got that card. This is our second card. And this is our third card. And again, if you want the card kits for these this week, you just have to place an order in my online store of $35 or more. And if it's $50 or more, I'll send you the gems to go with it too. So, and this is good through midnight, Monday the 16th. Thank you so much, ladies, for hanging out with me. And I hope you enjoyed these cards and I hope you have a great night tonight and a good week. I'll be sharing more of the Share a Milkshake set with you this week. So take care.